This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Obiena relishes gold on home soil, optimistic about local pole vaulters. In the UAAP, UST stuns defending champion UP behind Collins Akoe's monster debut. In tennis, Taylor Fritz delivers clinches Laver Cup for Team World. Meanwhile, in Major League Baseball, after a Mariners sweep, 7-3 win ends Astros' 8th-year reign atop the American League West. A'ja Wilson earns historic 4th WNBA MVP award. And we've got the highlights of the first ever Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 22nd of September. Now, here's our roundup. Obiena savored the sweetness of winning gold on home soil after topping the Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge at the Ayala Triangle Gardens in Makati City over the weekend. Obiena edged Frenchman Thibaut Collet on countback, with both clearing identical marks of 5.8 meters. But beyond his own triumph, Obiena took pride in seeing national champion Joquet de los Santos gain first-hand experience competing against world-class opponents, mostly Olympians. De los Santos had earned a wild-card entry to the meet after winning the National Pole Vault Challenge on September 20. However, he failed to register a mark following 3 missed attempts at 4.9 meters, just 10 meters below his winning height in the local event, or 0.10. Obiena noted that such tournaments are crucial in helping Filipino athletes develop. Now, looking ahead, Obiena expressed optimism for De Los Santos and fellow local vaulter Elijah Cole. He even said he would be open to stepping aside at the upcoming Southeast Asian Games in Thailand this December if either proves capable of winning gold. Each nation is limited to 2 entries in the SEA Games. In Cambodia 2 years ago, Obiena won gold while competing alongside Cole. In the 2021 Hanoi edition, Obiena and De Los Santos delivered a 1-2 finish for the Philippines, making us the pole vaulting powerhouse in the region. What an opener for the UAAP. Collins Akoe made his presence felt right away, leading the UST Growling Tigers to an 87-76 or 67 demolition of the defending champion UP Fighting Maroons at the Quadricentennial Pavilion. The 6'8" rookie posted 29 points and 17 rebounds to power the Growling Tigers, who are hosting Season 88 to their biggest win in years. UST raced to a 16-4 start and kept control the rest of the way, dealing the Fighting Maroons a tough opening loss. Akoe was Season 86 Juniors MVP and Season 87 Best Foreign Student Athlete, and his impact was immediate for Coach Pedro Harencio's squad. The performance marks UST as a legitimate contender in Season 88. UP, which entered the game as reigning UAAP champions, struggled to match the Tigers' intensity and were unable to recover from the early deficit. Bulgaria's young gun, Alexander Nikolov, stood tall on both ends, driving his team to a straight set 25-19, 25-23, 25-13 win over Portugal in the round of 16 at the 2025 FIVB Men's Volleyball World Championship at the Mall of Asia Arena. The 21-year-old, who dominated the pool stage as best attacker and second best scorer, fired 19 points, 17 attacks, 1 block, 1 ace, plus 8 digs and 1 reception, pushing Bulgaria into the quarterfinals. Set 2 was a showdown. Tied 20-all, Nikolov unleashed back-to-back kills. Then his ace shrank Portugal's deficit to just 1, 22-21. He gave Bulgaria a 23-21 lead. Alex Grozdanov clinched the set point, and Asparov sealed it with a block, putting Bulgaria up 2-0. The momentum kept rolling. Young star Preslav Petkov ran Bulgaria to a massive 21-11 advantage. His key denial on Andre Pereira capping the sweep. Bulgaria, now ranked number 11 in the world, will take on either the United States or Slovenia next. In tennis, Fritz topped Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6 at San Francisco's Chase Center, sealing the Laver Cup for Team World. The American started fire. Zverev fought back late, but Fritz held his nerve to close it out. The win marked Andre Agassi's first success as Team World captain and Team World's third triumph in 4 years. Earlier, Carlos Alcaraz kept Team Europe hopes alive with a 6-2, 6-1 win over Francisco Cerundolo, making it 12-9 in the first to 13 format. Alex de Minaur had moved Team World within 1 point after defeating Jakub Mensik 6-3, 6-4. Over the weekend, Fritz racked up 7 points, including a win over Zverev and a doubles victory with Alex Michelsen, delivering Team World the victory. Seattle took all 3 games this weekend, pushing Houston to the brink and closing in on their first division title in 24 years. The Mariners capped it with a 7-3 win, dropping the Astros 3 games back with 6 left to play. And because Seattle owns the tiebreaker, any combination of 3 Mariners wins or Astros losses will seal it. The series was all Mariners. Seattle led for 26 of the 27 innings, including a 7-run second inning on Sunday that silenced the crowd of more than 41,000. Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez both homered to highlight the onslaught. Houston tried to respond, but their lineup continued to struggle. The Astros went 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position during the series and have scored fewer than 4 runs in nearly half their games this season. The Astros have dominated the division since 2017 but now find themselves chasing Seattle with time running out. Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson has made history, becoming the first player ever to win 4 WNBA MVP awards. She first claimed the honor in 2020, then again in 2022, and now has gone back-to-back in 2024 and 2025. Last season, she was the unanimous choice, joining Houston Comets legend Cynthia Cooper as the only players to achieve a unanimous MVP. Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and Lauren Jackson each won the award 3 times, making Wilson the new standard with 4. It's not going to hit me until the end of the season, honestly. It is truly a blessing to be where I am. I don't think I could ever put into words how special this moment is. My name is in the history books forever, she said. Cooper remains the only other player to win the MVP in consecutive seasons, capturing the honor in 1997 and 1998. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Did you know what Kime is in Karate-do and why it makes a strike devastating? Kime means focus or the explosive concentration of power at the end of a technique. It is the moment when speed, strength, breath, and mind come together in a single instant, turning a simple punch or kick into a decisive strike. Without Kime, a strike is just a motion. With Kime, it becomes a weapon that can end a bout or win a point. So next time you watch a match, look for that sharp snap and focused breath at the end of a move. That's Kime in action. It's time for our off-court buzzer. Well, it's much ado about Baku. Max Verstappen just delivered his 4th win of the season, but this one hit different because for the first time this year, his grandma was there, front row, watching him turn the streets of Azerbaijan into his personal playground. Call it family business at 200 miles per hour. Max controlled it, start to finish. No safety cars, no real threats, just clean air and a perfect strategy. And that classic Verstappen intensity. He won by more than 14 seconds, locking in his 4th win in a row and reminding everyone that the Red Bull dynasty is still very much alive. And yeah, the image of his grandma cheering in the stands. Iconic. A reminder that even the fastest man on the planet still needs family in his corner. But the story that will live forever in Williams' lore? Carlos Sainz. He brought home their first podium in years. He did it with a unicorn sticker on his helmet. The unicorn was designed by Thea, a young superfan from the United Kingdom. A symbol of belief and maybe the start of a fairy tale run for Williams. Meanwhile, what on earth happened to McLaren? Lando Norris stuck in traffic all afternoon. Oscar Piastri, he jumped the lights, hit the wall on lap 1 and left the car broken against the barriers. You could hear the frustration over the radio. This was a meltdown moment for a driver who's been bulletproof all year. So, the takeaway, Max Verstappen still the standard. Carlos Sainz just became a Williams legend. And McLaren, for all their momentum, walked out of Baku empty-handed, staring at a title fight that just got a lot harder. And that's a roundup for tonight, the 22nd of September. Up next, we've got the highlights of the first ever Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge. So keep it right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. What an eventful weekend. Filipinos got to witness world-class athletics in the first ever Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge headlined by our very own EJ Obiena. And we were right there to witness all the action and breathtaking drama. Let's watch this. What was once a humble dream has now become a reality. EJ Obiena, our two-time Olympian, has brought together some of the world's best pole vaulters for this world-class event taking place right here at the Ayala Triangle in Makati City. This is the Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge. Surrounded by the lush trees at the park and the towering buildings of the Makati Central Business District, EJ Obiena hosted his fellow Olympians and peers that made up an impressive roster of pole vaulters who competed at this first-of-its-kind event in the country. Americans Austin Miller and Matt Ludwig, Germany's Oleg Zernickel, Poland's Piotr Lisek, Ben Broders of Germany, Francis Thibaut Collet, current world number 6 Menno Vloon of the Netherlands, and world number 5 Ersu Sasma of Turkey made up the international field of competitors who were in the Philippines for the very first time.
What an amazing
Completing the field was UST's Hocket de los Santos, who qualified for the event as a wild card entry. The hometown hero EJ Obiena started strong as he easily cleared 5.45 and 5.6 meters. When the height to clear was at 5.7, only 3 pole vaulters remained in contention. Obiena,
first attempt.
world number 12 Thibaut Collet, and the most seasoned athlete in the competition at 33 years old, Piotr Lisek. Lisek was the first to bite the dust as Obiena and Collet moved on to 5.8 meters. The Filipino then took flight and soared over 5.8 on his second try, while the Frenchman did it in his third attempt. With fatigue setting in, the final two engaged in a chess match as Collet opted to skip 5.85 and go straight to 5.9 meters. Obiena, after 2 failed attempts to clear 5.85, decided to match Collet's targeted height. However, both men were unable to go over the bar as the contest ended with their best height at 5.8. Now, because EJ Obiena was able to clear 5.8 meters in less attempts as compared to Collet, he was declared champion.
EJ gets the gold medal for this competition.
At the press conference that followed, Obiena stated that this was his best performance of the year. He also emphasized how relieved he was to not only end his outdoor season with a much-needed victory, but to be able to successfully mount this event, which he had been planning for 3 years.
The field itself even is incredible. For a first-time competition, you typically don't get this. So I definitely surpassed it. I think it gave really a good show at the expense of my nerves and my heart and my reputation.
The world number 7 pole vaulter thanked Ayala Foundation and MVP Sports Foundation for their support in making his dream of hosting a globally sanctioned pole vault event in the Philippines come true.
I would say, this is such a unique experience. They definitely made it so much more than what I actually dreamed of. And I really, I want to tip my hat to the organization. I do know the whole organization were praying that we're able to at least have some drizzle. And, thank God, we are able to jump actually in a pretty dry weather, good conditions. Wind was pretty much okay most of the time.
On your speed.
With the success of the Atletang Ayala World Pole Vault Challenge, EJ Obiena is confident that there will be more opportunities to grow the sport of pole vaulting and showcase the country's viability as an international sporting venue.
Up next, the Asian swing is officially underway. Alex Ayala is carrying the flag, but Aliona Falay is bringing her own heat off a title run. Who strikes first? We're about to find out. So, keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, Alex Ayala is back. The pride of Philippine tennis kicks off her Asian swing, and she's doing it the way you want a young star to do it. Front and center as the #1 seed in Jingshan, China. Now, this isn't just another match. This is the start of a stretch that could crack the top 50 for the first time in her career. Now, standing across the net is Belarusian Aliona Falay, ranked 322, just 21 years old. Now, on paper, this is a mismatch. Ayala is world number 57, fresh off her first ever WTA title in Guadalajara, plus a quarterfinal run in Brazil. Now, Falay, she's been grinding it out in the ITF circuit, but she did just win Shenyang last week. So yes, she's dangerous, she's confident, but let's be real. This is Ayala's match to lose. Now here's what makes this opener fascinating. Ayala comes in with momentum, riding 7 wins in her last 10 matches, including statement upsets in Mexico and Miami over Grand Slam champions. But this time, the pressure shifts. She's no longer the underdog, with the entire bracket staring at her name on top as the #1 seed. Now on the other side, Belarus's Aliona Falay enters hot off a title run, eager to prove her spark, and translates onto the bigger stage. And looming over it all is history. If Ayala pushes through and cracks the top 50, it's not just a personal milestone, but a breakthrough moment for Asian tennis as a whole. Now, if she handles business here in Jingshan, the road doesn't get easier. Suzhou Open, then Hong Kong, and potentially Wuhan, where she will face the heavyweights again. Every single round matters because by November, those year-end rankings will lock, and for the first time ever, a Filipina could sit inside that top 50. So stay ahead of the game as the next generation of women's tennis takes center court. Filipina trailblazer Alex Ayala goes head-to-head with Belarus's Aliona Falay. And here's what to watch out for tomorrow. So here we go, Alex Eala versus Aliona Falay, Tuesday in Jingshan. It's not just the round of 32, it's a statement match because when you're the top seed, the eyes are on you from ball one. Win this and the march to history stays alive. Lose this and the climb just got a lot steeper. But we're rooting for you, Alex. And that's a wrap on our match preview. Two young stars, one court, and a shot to prove they belong on the big stage. Alex Ayala brings the power. Filet brings the fight. The stage is set, so lock in and keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a pioneer of mixed martial arts in the Philippines who blazed the trail for Filipino MMA fighters, a former two-time one lightweight world champion, Edward the Landslide Folayang, once said, "My love for my nation runs deeper than the corruption that stains its leadership. I stand for the people, the land, the culture, not the greed of those who betray it. Patriotism isn't blind loyalty to the powerful. It's unwavering hope for a better future." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.